All right, boom. See, look. So many people are afraid of the scale, but I'm telling you right now, the scale is your friend. You have to stop being afraid of the scale, okay? Picture this. We all know that person who spends a lot of money. I've even been in that situation, or I've asked some of my friends and they've been in that situation. You spend so much money, you don't even want to look at your bank account because you're almost like, you don't even want to know how much money you lost. You've been in a cycle of spending and you're like, dang man, I'm almost trying to avoid looking at my account. So I don't want to see how much damage I've done. This is the same behavior of being afraid of the scale. It is the same exact behavior. But when you look at a person like that, who's financially kind of like doing too much at the moment, you're like, this person you should not trust with your finances. This person you shouldn't take financial advice from. This person is on a downhill spiral if he continues this, right? So apply that same analogy to a person who is afraid to look at the scale. I've talked to so many people, especially women, who don't want to look at it, who are fighting it, who are resisting it. You are resisting the truth. You are ignoring reality. You are lying to yourself. You are postponing. You are kicking the can down the road. You are hesitating. You are procrastinating your self-development and your health. You are going to drag yourself to an early grave, later lifetime of pain and suffering if you do not get this under wraps right now. So what you need to do is go on Amazon, literally spend $20, $30, and go buy a freaking scale. You need to get back to reality. It's time to wake up. It's time. The party's over. Just get to it. All right. This is your homework. If you don't have a scale, you need to get one in your house. All right. So I don't know. I don't care if it's fat loss or getting the body that you want. If you look like a, if you look like this freaking tripod that's holding this camera up, you need, whether you're fat or you're skinny, you have to get, it's time. So I've already explained in the last video the benefits of getting in shape. All right. It extends far past the physical, and it reaches most importantly into the spiritual and into the inward, into who you are as a person, into your own consciousness, into your own sense of value and self-worth. Now, the journey is hard, but so long as you don't quit and you start somewhere and you start right now, go get a scale. Or if you already have one, go sit on that scale and your homework. If you don't have a scale, go buy one. But if you do have a scale, you need to, 1, acknowledge your weight, accept your weight, beat yourself up, be ashamed, feel sad, kick yourself, do whatever you need to do. But the second thing you got to do is figure out your target weight. Where do you want to be at? That can change right now as you get educated on weight loss and all that stuff. But these two things will help you. These two things will help you grow. All you got to do is these two things after this video. All right, peace. I don't want to hear it. You better do it. You better do it. All right, man. Wait, I ain't done yet. Hold on now. Hold on. We ain't finished. Look. When you're watching TV, you get inspired. When you're watching somebody who you believe to be is better than you, which they're not, but when they're further along the path in a certain way than you are, you kind of look at yourself like, woe is me, right? Dang, look at me. You know, when you look down at your gut or your freaking like tri-flaps and they're flapping around, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, man, I can't. What's wrong with me? Why can't I just do it? Because you don't want to do it. That's the reality of it. You don't want to be in shape. You don't want to be better. You are pathetic. And it's okay to be pathetic, but you don't have to be pathetic for an eternity. You don't have to be pathetic until you're dead. You don't have to be pathetic for the rest of your life and then you die with body sores in your body and you're freaking in your own, or maybe even worse, you die of a stroke because that last rib took you out. Look, stop being pathetic, it's all right. Like, we all go through these points in our lives where we at a low point, but it's okay so long as you bounce back. But you don't want to be a miserable wreck. You don't want your life to be like, you want your casket to be a good size. You don't want it to be supersized. You want to make your family proud. You want to more importantly than making your family proud, you want to bring your family out the gutter. You want to inspire your family. You want to see, look, when people talk about all this world, what the world needs to be like, right? And how the world needs to be this and X, Y, and how it's so unjust and all that stuff. But you're sitting here, double dipping your chicken select, as you say it, knowing you out of shape, knowing you got work to do, but you don't want to do it. You just ignore it. But yet you have the audacity to have indignation about the flaws of the world. Come on. You can't be serious. Do what you need to do and get your life in order. Get the people around you's life in order. Then just maybe you can think about changing the world. But if you can't change your sphere of influence, it's probably because you can't change yourself. Because this is what I'll tell you right now. When I started training and when I started getting when I started looking like a Super Saiyan, I already look like one because of my hair and my skin, right? But once I started really looking like a Super Saiyan, people were like, wow, what can I do to get like him? So I didn't even have to preach it. I lived it, and therefore I attracted people who wanted to get to know me, who wanted to figure out how I can help them get to where they need to be. That's where once I started leading by example, and I'm telling you right now, this is where you start. You start here. You start at, let me go get this scale, or let me go get back on this scale, and let me just reassess. Let me get an assessment. Let me get back to reality. The party's over. Do your homework. All right, later.